There is absolutely no way that Dillon Danis beats Logan Paul this Saturday, but Logan Paul better pray that Dillon doesn't pull out. Dillon Danis has threatened to pull out of his boxing match against Logan Paul multiple times now on Twitter or X. Stick around to the end of the video to find out why it's a terrible thing for Logan Paul if Dillon Danis pulls out of this fight. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. Now, my official prediction is that Dillon Danis is going to get absolutely worked by Logan Paul in this fight. And honestly, it has nothing to do with boxing ability because neither of them have very much of it. Logan boxes, but I mean, we saw him fight Floyd. It was dog shit. It was terrible. He was open hand slapping Floyd and losing convincingly to a guy that's 2/3 of his size. Dillon has absolutely terrible striking too. If you've seen Dillon Danis strike, you're going to know that he's in for a long night. Look at his boxing sparring and look at the striking he displayed in his Bellator fights. So given that neither one of these guys have very much boxing ability at all, this fight is going to come down to size. And Logan is way bigger and he's on steroids. Obviously, I mean, they're talking about all this VADA nonsense, meaning voluntary anti-doping agency, but I don't know how they're going to get around it, but Logan is obviously on shit. Like Logan's on literally everything that you can pay for. Any performance enhancing substance known to man, Logan Paul is on it. Just look at his body. Like, congrats to him. He looks great, but it's not natural at all. And Dillon is obviously not on steroids. He just looks like a natural MMA fighter, jiu-jitsu guy, but obviously not overwhelming in terms of stature or strength. Something to take into consideration for this fight as well is their massive weight difference. The fight is happening at 195 pounds, but Logan walks around at probably 220, and Dillon last competed in Bellator at 170 pounds. I'll show a size comparison of these two, and you'll see this is not a fair fight in terms of size. In boxing ability, it might be because they're both terrible. Now, let me tell you why Logan Paul better pray that Dillon Danis does not pull out of this fight. Mike Perry, the Mike Perry, is the backup fighter for this fight. And it's pretty obvious to us that Logan's not going to pull out of this fight. So if anybody pulls out, it's going to be Dillon. And that means that Logan is going to have to fight Mike Perry. And Logan Paul does not want to see Mike Perry, okay? Mike Perry is not a big welterweight, and he beat MVP and Luke Rockhold, who fought all the way up at 205 in the UFC. He beat both of those guys in bare knuckle. So putting the pillow gloves on for a fight with Logan Paul, Mike Perry is going to hurt Logan Paul badly if they fight. Logan better pray that Mike Perry is not who he's standing across from on Saturday, because Mike Perry will injure him seriously. So my official prediction for this Saturday, I think that Logan will win on Saturday, but there is a big but. I think Logan will win on Saturday if he fights Dillon Danis. If he fights Mike Perry, it's going to be a long night.